Hey there, Sifu Slim here, and I am in Croatia, Hrvatska, and we're here on the Isle of Kirk, K-R-K, close to Captain Kirk, but not quite. And here's a beach with a shower in the port of Silo, S-I-L-O, like silo. Changing room, shade, little port harbor in the distance, mountains surrounded by mountains, all kinds of vineyards and fig trees, olive trees, some apple trees, peach trees. Right now, fig season and grape season, grapes for wine and grapes for eating. And it's just a lovely place to go out and do your swimming, your relaxation, your reading, hanging out, enjoying the end of summer. It's September 9th today, 2021, and the world is still going through its pandemic. So people are wearing masks inside of stores, some bars, some hotels, on the way in, and then you sit down and you do the normal thing. So I'll take you over here and show you the Isle of KRK, Kirk. So Zagreb would be up here, drive a little over 2 hours, and you come down to the Isle of Kirk. And you can get out to islands by boat, so there are many islands along the coast on the Adriatic Sea, including Cres, Plavnik, right here. I was at Privich last year, take a boat taxi down by Šibenik, S-I-B, Šibenik, S-I-B-N-I-K or E-K, Šibenik, I think I-K, and on the way to Dubrovnik, south. So the difference in September and many parts of the warmer months is that people can leave Austria and Slovenia and come down for a weekend. So the northern part of Croatia would have more people than the southern parts of Croatia, unless it's a very busy season and it's all crowded like August. But here in September, you would see more people in the northern coastal areas of Croatia, closer to Italy, which we don't see a lot of Italians. It's 70% German tourists and no Americans. We haven't met one American group thus far. We've seen Croatian vacationers, German vacationers, and Austrian and Slovenia and Slovakia vacationers and tourists, but nobody from America or California, which is where I've been living, which is lately, since 2004, Santa Barbara. So compare a Santa Barbara hotel, let's say a 4-star, at somewhere between $400 and $700 a night for a 4-star hotel. Here their 4 stars are more like perhaps 3-star would be in Santa Barbara. 3-star in Santa Barbara could run you $250 to $350 on a weekend, maybe more on a busy weekend like 4th of July. Here you're looking at between 180 and 230 euros. So add on a little 15% pop in 2021 and you get the dollar amount. So 180 might be 205 or something, or 200, somewhere in there, $4. So what you can do in Croatia, instead of going down and taking a ferry or a water taxi out to an island, you come to an island like Kirk, K-R-K, and Punat, another nice place. The whole island surrounded by little ports and little lagoons, and there are beaches at each spot. We're currently at a beach that has sand, as you can see off in the distance. So there's the beach right there, and this is, you know, kind of a off the beaten path area with a very small town. It amazingly has 2 churches, both I would believe built in the 1800s and 1900s, but may originally have foundations going back, as we found in VRBNK Vribnik, this town right here, VRBNIK Vribnik, that the foundation, they estimate that it dates back to between the year 900 and the year 1100 for that foundation. So not always having records of construction dating way back, or pieces of tile or stonework that has a date on it, you don't always know. And it's not easy to take a stone or masonry and do a carbon dating test and find out how old something is. So what I wanted to say, a quick message is, why am I all covered up? You know, rash guard covered up and cotton shirt over that, sunscreen on the legs. And why would I be all covered up in Croatia? Well, it's really what your health wants to be over time. You know, if you played a lot of tennis, golf, soccer, beachcombing, running, hiking, all these things were outdoor, long duration sports and activities that I've done for an entire lifetime. As my wise mother and her mother, my grandmother, who spent a lot of summer vacations with us, once told us, you want to cover up. You don't want to get blasted by the sun for 2 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours. You know, I've been on golf courses that have been, you know, 36 holes. So you take 4 or 5 hours times 2. That's an awful lot of sun in one day. If you go to the beach, you start out at 9 in the morning and you leave at 4. That's 7 hours. You know, that's a lot of time. And you may even go out for dinner in an outdoor area after that in the summertime, and more sun. So what I would recommend is that you do get your vitamin D. If you want a little bit of color, especially if you're European, Northern European person who doesn't have a lot of Mediterranean and darker skin, that you do some covering up, you do some natural product sunscreen, not highly chemicalized sunscreen, and you do the smart thing so that instead of waiting till you get burned, like waiting at and you know, from 9 to 12, and then somebody saying, oh, you're getting very red. I would say do the opposite. Do the shirts, double shirts, because this shirt, you still get sun rays through this cotton shirt. And then with the rash guard, pretty protective, you know, hard for the sun to get through both of these. So what I would say is you do the cover up in the beginning, and then for 20 minutes, if you're of like an Irish or Celtic type of skin color, Norwegian, Swedish, the northern skin colors, but I've met people from North Africa and from countries like Syria that have that light skin. Now, they're not all dark-skinned people, and as a matter of fact, many are not dark-skinned people. They have like a whitish complexion, and they cover up with these long outfits. And what would happen to them if they went to the beach compared to someone from northern Germany or northern France, or from anywhere in France for that matter, or England? I don't know the difference in skin. You know, you have different versions of white. The people from like Syria and Egypt who have white skin might have different resistance to sun than people from the Irish and the Celtic northern European areas. But they would both want to get their vitamin D and a little bit of healthful color. Everybody has to know what their healthful color is. You can't all look like Angelina Jolie, who has Latin roots, or Selma Hayek with Latin roots, or Gloria Estefan, who has Cuban roots with a lot of European Cuban in her, but darker than my skin, which would be Northern European for the most part. But you know, darker than a lot of people who would come from England, Ireland, and Germany, which is where a lot of my ancestry is from. I would have a little bit darker skin than a lot of those people do. So you have to take account of these things when you're imagining what's going to happen that day and how you're going to protect yourself. White is good. Light colored caps are good, you know, more reflection and less absorption of the sun. But you'd have to know that, you know, being out like on a bike trip I went on several years ago, everybody was wondering why I was covering up on a bike trail where you're going to be sweating and hot. And it's that sunscreen doesn't do it. You know, you put a bunch of sunscreen on your body, but the rays are still getting through. It may prevent some of the rays and it may prevent your skin from burning, but that's a lot of solar radiation, which of course leads to damage, and which can, of course, if it's not healed properly, trigger cancerous effects in your system. So those are some of the things I wanted to share with you today. I'm Sifu Slim at sifuslim.com, and I am a wellness person by nature, and I write books on health, fitness, wellness, and mindset, mind, body, and spirit. And I just wanted to share some of these thoughts with you today, and I'm open for your respectful and learned and experiential feedback. And I hope you come to Croatia and other off the beaten path places and enjoy them just as much as I am and we are currently. So sifuslim.com, please like, please subscribe, click that button subscribe. And I have over 300 videos on YouTube about a wide variety of topics. Some relate to travel, but wellness is the underlying thing. Athleticism, wellness, sustainable human health, and fun and joy and recreation and doing the right thing. All those good things are part of my message. So I'm also available for your personal half-hour, hour needs on coaching on any of those subjects: fitness, health, lifestyle, diet, all those good things, doing the right thing, keeping your kids on the right path, keeping you connected to your kids and loved ones and partners. Love all that stuff, and perhaps I can share with you sometime in a professional way to help you get to where you want to go. So all the best from Kirk and Shiloh, the port of Shiloh in Croatia, and I hope you come enjoy your time on the Adriatic Sea. And if you have other islands and other places in the world, Thailand, Hawaii, Sri Lanka we heard about recently, any of those places, would love to hear back from you on all of those places and what you think is a nice place to be in the current time. So all the best from Shiloh. I'm Sifu Slim, wishing you all the best in your health, happiness, and wellness. Big aloha. Do viđenja. Kako ste vi? How are you? Dobro jutro. Good morning. Dobar dan. Hello. Dobro večer. Good evening. And kako ste vi? How are you? Ja sam dobro. We're fine. Hvala. Thank you. Ciao.